So wanted to give a quick update to folks in terms of what's going on in my life. I have recently left Techstars to start a new venture. I've started a company I'm calling Raiz Capital. And the idea behind Raiz Capital is that I want to make it easier for founders to really be successful. And when I started looking at early stage investing and early stage startups, I started to realize that many of the decisions that investors make, and this is collectively from accelerator programs to venture capital investors, are largely subjective. Investors are really being subjective, and they're looking at startups, they're making judgment calls on their business, their traction, their founder worthiness, and this is ultimately meaning that certain founders get funding, certain founders get access to capital, and other founders do not. There are tens of thousands of entrepreneurs every year starting amazing businesses that have the potential to change the world. And many of these founders are not getting access to capital, and I want to close that gap. And so doing that in a number of ways. But first and foremost, I'm trying to really understand what are the attributes that are more likely to lead to company success. Are these kind of things that we're born with, things that are behavioral or traits that are indicative of the person, him or herself? Or is this a function of the market that they happen to be in? Surprisingly, there's actually very little research on this topic. And so I'm diving in to try to understand what is it that makes founders more or less successful. And in turn, I want to make it easier for founders to understand what are the behavioral traits they can actually learn that can improve their likelihood of success as well. So I'm going on this journey. I'm going to continue to make videos on entrepreneurship, technology, and design for my own benefit to kind of learn and think through ideas of new technology. So if you like that sort of thing, definitely follow along on the channel. I'm going to be diving into AI and stable diffusion and all sorts of concepts and principles around entrepreneurship and user experience. So hope you'll join me on the journey to raise capital and help businesses be more successful. Thanks.